so then she dumped her, not you. Why did she do? But your girlfriend talked to her and apparently liked what she had to say and was impressed by it enough to dump you. Why? What did she tell your girlfriend?
This is the plaintiff, Anthony Franco. He says the defendant, his ex-girlfriend's brother's wife's sister, owes him money for extra luggage charges for some bags he brought to El Salvador. On the way back, he brought extra bags the defendant's family wanted to send to her. She agreed to pay him the extra charges he laid out, but hasn't. And that's why he's here suing her for the $334.50 he's most definitely owed. This is the defendant, Annabelle Orellana de Ramirez. She says the plaintiff brought a few items with him in his luggage for her sick grandmother, and he also brought other people's stuff too. He seemed fine with doing her the favor, until she rebuffed his advances because he wanted to date her. Now he's trying to bill her for all his luggage charges? Please. If she went out with him on a date, he never would have filed this frivolous lawsuit, and owes the plaintiff nothing. She's accused of having extra baggage.
All parties, please raise your right hand.
What you are about to witness is real. The participants are not actors. They are actual litigants with a case pending in civil court. Both parties have agreed to drop their claims and have their cases settled here before Judge Marilyn Milian in our forum, the People's Court.
Be seated, come to order, please. Litigants have been sworn, Your Honor.
Thank you, Douglas. Anthony Franco, you are suing Annabelle Orellana de Ramirez for $334.50 in charges that you say you incurred at her request in order to bring stuff with you to El Salvador, to her family, and bring stuff from her family back to her from El Salvador.
Yes,
okay,
ma'am.
what happened?
I made a trip to go to El Salvador, and she knew about it. Her sister over there knew about it also.
How do you know each other?
Ex-girlfriends, brothers. That's his wife, and that's her sister.
Okay.
They're twins.
The twins?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. I'm quick like that. Okay. All right. So
they knew I was going to El Salvador.
At the time, were you dating that person you described as your ex-girlfriend?
Yes,
okay.
ma'am.
Were you going to El Salvador with your ex-girlfriend?
No.
Okay, go ahead.
I was going by myself.
Okay. And you were going for what purpose?
To go visit my girlfriend's family.
But she wasn't going?
Nah.
Okay. So you were just going to visit her family without her?
Yeah.
That's a little peculiar. What was the purpose of your trip?
Just to get away, just to go away.
So you were going to go to her?
I know her family. I've been there before. So that's why.
Okay.
They invited me to come back, so I went.
Okay, so go ahead.
So they knew her grandmother's sick or whatever. So they asked me to bring a bag for her. And they said that they would pay whatever the extra cost was.
Okay.
So I went, I paid however much money I paid, I got the receipts.
No, wait. So how did you get their bag?
Oh, I went to her house to pick it up.
And was it one bag that they packed?
Yeah.
And then that bag goes
With
from
me in the car.
JFK to El Salvador.
Yes, ma'am.
And what are you charged?
But at JFK, I was charged $169.
Okay, and may I see the receipt for that?
Yes, ma'am. And also,
Why so much?
because that's how much, because it's an extra bag.
How was it really heavy?
It
or
was
something?
heavy, yeah.
What was
Whatever
in it?
they had in it, I don't know.
What was in it?
It was 4 packages of pull-ups and 4 wipes
This is the one from-
and 1 blender and a few gauze.
Hold on, I got.
I'm sorry, what's going on over here? What have you brought me?
Yeah, I bought it everything that I sent with him. It was
You rebought it? So you
Yeah,
could show me as a
everybody-
demonstrative
Right.
aid for the courtroom?
Yes.
All right, let's see what's in the bag. Go ahead and open it up and take it out now. Go ahead, you can leave it.
That's it.
Okay, how much did you think it was going to cost?
Well, in the beginning I thought probably $100 or less, $80. I
Right.
thought that.
Have you ever done this before?
No, I never sent nothing with nobody.
Okay.
When I was in my when I go to my country, I was sent it.
All right.
It was.
Did you get the copy of the receipt from him?
Yes, he sent me 3 receipts actually.
Okay.
He sent me 3 receipts.
So one of them is the one for, it's $150. That stuff was $150 as an extra bag plus $19.50 for service charge for $169.50. Then when you get there, you spend how long there?
I was there for like a week and a few days.
Okay, and then they want you to send stuff back to her.
Yep.
All right, and they also didn't pay you. They wanted you to front it.
Yeah, everything they said, we'll give you the money.
Were they going to give you that money, or was she going to give you that money?
No, they weren't going to give me no money.
Okay, so had you spoken to her about stuff coming back?
Yeah, we talked. When I went to go pick up the luggage, the night that I went to go pick up the luggage, they said, let me know how much it's going to be. They were going to give me money, but I had no
Who's
idea.
they?
Her and her sister.
Okay, but you had no idea how much it was going to be,
I
so
had
you were
no
going to tell me.
idea,
But
so-
that's not my question. My question is, did she know that her family was sending stuff back?
That I don't know. I'm
Did you
assuming
have-
so, though, because she sent stuff
Did
there.
the family let you know they were sending you stuff
It
back?
was a surprise for me.
It was a surprise.
Honestly,
for you.
yes. And what's this?
What is it?
It's a hammock.
Oh, I was wondering what that was.
Yes.
So I sent you a hammock. I'm gonna have to go over there and weigh the hammock. All right. Did they offer to pay you? Well, you had to take the luggage back no matter what.
No matter
That's
what
the
was
question.
coming
No matter what was gonna be an extra luggage, the question was what was in it. This isn't that heavy, right?
But I think there was more things in there than just a hammock.
It was more than just
It
a
had
hammock.
both of their names on it.
Both of their names on it. Okay.
So it wasn't just a hammock.
Okay. And then what
Because I
happened?
took a few hammocks back anyway.
Yeah. So you bring it back, and then when you bring it back, did they charge you? Obviously.
Yeah. I
And
got
how
that.
much did they charge you for that one?
That was $150 because there's no tax.
Because it's coming from
Yeah.
them. All right, and then you had to also secure wrap. Okay, all right, so when you come back, you tell her how much it is, and what's her response?
Now, she texted me one day when I was working.
Right.
So it was kind of hard for me to talk on the phone. So I was trying to be like an adult, and I said, I have the receipts. I want to show it to you. And she took that as I want to take her out. So anyway, I told her I have to work in the afternoon. You could come to my job and drop off the money. That's the last I heard.
Well, no, there was a lot of back and forth.
Well, yeah, it was a lot of back
Yeah.
and forth. But about the money, that was the last that I
Okay,
heard.
and what does she do? She contacts your girlfriend.
She calls my girlfriend. My ex-girlfriend goes over there to pick
Well,
up
at the time, she was still your girlfriend. She became your ex-girlfriend after she called her, but go ahead.
Thanks, yeah. So whatever my text messages said, allegedly I was trying to pick her up.
Well, what did your text messages say?
All I said was, I want to show you, I want to take you for a coffee to show you the receipts. The worst text message I ever sent in my life. I would have been better off texting my next door neighbor and asking him for a coffee.
Okay, but why
Because
did
I
your, but
wanted
your
her to
girlfriend
see.
dumped
Because
you after that? Why?
No. Because they don't get along. They don't like each other.
No, but why did that? So then she dumped her, not you. Why did she do? But your
They're-
girlfriend
they're-
talked to her and apparently liked what she had to say and
My
was impressed by
girlfriend-
it enough to dump you.
There's
Why?
issues-
What did she
there's-
tell your girlfriend?
I don't know what she said. I
Well,
wasn't
let's find
there.
out. What did you tell his girlfriend? Where do you get that he asked you out?
I have the message over here.
Do you still have it on your phone?
Yes, I still have
Can I?
it.
You know what? I prefer to see things on the phone so I can
No
scroll up
problem.
and down. Did you ever date him or go see him on the sly or do something with him?
Well, no, I never. Well, we was friends before, long time ago.
Before the people that you're with?
Yeah, before.
Okay. On February 6th, he sends you texts, and these are the texts you send. But I need to talk to you, and it's 6:46 a.m. Please, from your heart, can you give me 10 minutes of your time, please,
Yeah.
at 6:51 a.m.
Yeah.
7:09 a.m., please.
Yeah.
6:14 p.m., thank you, but you really are wrong. Did you talk to her between
Yeah,
those two?
yep.
What'd you talk about?
Just issues because she's mad.
You haven't even left yet on the trip. What is she mad at?
Yeah, because
Because you two were doing something on the sly.
nah.
Oh, yeah, you were.
That was before, and he was trying
Before
to.
the trip.
Yeah.
Thank you, but you really are wrong. What was the issue? What was the issue according to you?
Because I said I don't want to nothing with him. I don't want to see him in my life.
Because
Please,
she would
can you give me another chance? Another chance for what, according to,
talk.
you?
to be
talk.
friends.
And then in Spanish, el abusado es todo lo que las relaciones pasadas es por lo que usted ve que a bunch of nonsense. I'm using translation. Yeah, I didn't translate right. That you're saying you're hurt from other relationships in the past. That's why you do not see. Oh, that kind of sounds like you two were up to some nasty.
Nah,
That's
we
how
were-
that sounds. You both look pretty dirty right now.
Well, I want to explain that because I met him like 2 years ago. I met him like 2 years ago because he is my sister's sister-in-law, my sister's sister-in-law boyfriend. And then for about 1 year, they broke out. But we've been friends because we was living with her. We was living in the same house. He went to visit her, and we started to get being friend. When we started to being friend and everything, that like 1 year ago, they broke out. And then after that, we still being friend. And he invited me to go out for dinner, stuff like that.
Ah, so you guys did go out.
Yeah.
Did you kiss?
And then.
Did you kiss?
And.
Did you kiss? Yes or no? Did you kiss? Hello?
No.
Okay, go on.
And then we go out like 2 or 3 times when, well, I see like he was starting to getting into a relationship with me, but also I noticed that he's starting to getting back with her too. Because
So while he's dating your girlfriend, his girlfriend, he starts to text you and say what?
and he wanna talk to me, explain to me, and he wanna back with me or got something with me, and I said
Wait,
no.
what does he
and
exactly say?
He say, I wanna talk to me, and can I give you 10 minutes? And that's right, the message say about 10 minutes, and we went to McDonald's and
On
talk.
February 6th?
In February 6th, yes.
Okay, so
We went to
February
McDonald's.
6th, he just wants to explain to you. And
Right,
okay, what does he say?
and-
You go to
and
McDonald's
I
and what
really-
happens? You go to McDonald's and what happens?
I really want to know what he really want to tell me. And when I did, he say, listen, I always like you. I like you a lot. And that's why I show up to your house because I like you. And I say, I never think that you are the way like you are because you have a face dogs because you are showing up.
You have a what?
Dog face.
Dog
because
face.
you always go to my house and you don't have to go to my house. Just because Angelica's go doesn't mean you have to go too.
I don't care if he's a two-timer. Why don't you have to pay for packages
No,
that you
I
asked?
did. I said
Well, then
to
why
him-
didn't you pay? What have you paid? Remind me what you've paid so far.
I didn't pay because I never
Right.
show
What's
up
the
for
number that you paid? That's what we call zero. That's what you've paid. All right. All your packages went to your grandmother, like you needed them to go immediately the next day, and like you wanted them to go. And then packages came back 10 days later. They cost money.
Yes,
Okay.
and I agreed to pay. But I
You agreed to pay, but then you didn't. That's why he has to sue you.
I don't understand why he did this too because I said in this text, come for the money. I had the money.
So
I
why
had the
did you
money.
sue? This is all
I
a few
said-
weeks ago. Why did you sue?
Welcome back to the People's Court. Harvey Levin here. So he's texting this stuff at 6 in the morning. Sound like a come on?
Oh yeah, of course. It sounds like he just wants a booty call or something like that.
6 in the morning.
6 in the morning.
But if it really is a booty call, do you do it by saying you owe me money, let's talk about it somewhere?
That's a really roundabout way about getting it, isn't it?
It seems like it's a buzzkill to me, doesn't it to you?
Talking money, no.
So the question, is it really a come on?
I think so. I think there's a better time to message someone at 6 a.m. in the morning.
You want some.
I still think it could be a booty call because he's gone out, there's no one there, no luck at 6 a.m. He's like, oh, I really need to
Okay,
find someone.
booty call, going inside the courtroom.
I'm suing because when
Because
I
she
went...
because she squealed on you
I
and
was
your
working
girlfriend
that
dumped you?
night. Yeah, that's
Your
what
girlfriend
happened.
dumped you
I said to
literally.
him,
We are talking
just
just a
come
minute,
for
just to
the
get this
money.
all straight because I need for everyone within the sound of my voice to understand how swiftly all this happened.
2 weeks.
You are in court in front of me 2 weeks after your girlfriend dumped you.
Yep. Maybe it might be 2.5 weeks.
Are you still talking to your girlfriend?
Nah, she don't want nothing to do with me.
With who?
With me?
Yeah, I know. She shouldn't, because I think you were two-timing her.
Nah, it's not true.
Oh, please, after she sees this, believe me, your chances are over.
I also say over here, I had the money, and you just
Wait,
have
wait.
to come to get it.
Yeah, let me see that one.
And
Why does he
also
have to
I
come to
don't-
get it? Why don't you have to go to pay it?
I told her where I was
Stop
working.
talking. Why don't you have to go to pay it at work?
Because
He's not like
no,
telling you to come to my hotel
because
room.
that day I have a doctor
I
appointment.
don't care what you have. It's your problem. And if you don't want to
Right.
see him, send her. You got a twin sister
No,
who looks
and
just
I-
like you. He won't even know. Come
And
on.
I said to him, we say he's going to go to my house.
Oh, wait,
to get
it's
the
so
money.
much worse. You're right. Let me read it out loud.
Thank you.
I told you I have the money. You were the one that didn't have enough balls to come to my house to get it. So you want him to go to your house. Okay, I got it.
And also I had the...
Now, just stop talking. Just stop talking. Verdict for the plaintiff, $334.50.
Okay.
All right, so come on in here next to me right here and tell me, all right, you heard the judge rule against you? Mm-hmm. What's your reaction to this?
I
That's okay. I never said I'm not going to pay him. If she say I had to pay,
Well, if
I
you
pay.
wanted to be rid of him, and why didn't you just pay him and he'd be gone?
Because I say always in the text, but he didn't read the whole text. But I say I had the money, come for the money. But if he wanna do all this, probably he wanna meet the judge, and it was my pleasure to meet her too.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay. Right down this way. All right. You too. Follow her right around the corner. Okay, so if she wanted to be rid of you, she could have just paid you off, right?
That's it, sir.
Mm-hmm. So what do you think is going on here?
I wanted to come see the judge. That's what I came here
What
for.
about with the defendant?
Whatever, it don't matter. Like I said, I should have texted the guy next door. I would have been better off.
Mm-hmm. This cost you quite a bit in your personal life here. Was it worth it?
Yeah, nah, it wasn't worth it. But I learned my mistakes, though. I learned from my mistakes.
What'd you learn here?
Never take nothing El Salvador. Go just with my clothes.
Okay, Harvey.
Okay, I mean, the bottom line, Kurt, is that they played each other for sure, but ultimately she ended up trying to screw him out of money. That will do it for this case. Litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.
This is the plaintiff, Faith Harrison. She says she was illegally charged fees by the defendant when she worked for her home health care agency. Upon further investigation, turns out the defendant's agency wasn't properly licensed. The defendant wasn't allowed to collect the fees she forced her to pay. And she's suing here and now for the return of the $1,820 she's owed. This is the defendant, Wendy Harcum. She says the plaintiff signed an agreement which stated she would get a commission of $35 per week. The plaintiff then took it upon herself to stop paying the fee. She terminated her, and if anyone's owed money here, it isn't the plaintiff, it's her. She's accused of running an illegal business. The defendant has filed a countersuit for $560 for unpaid fees.
All parties, please raise your right hand.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case in the docket. The plaintiff says the defendant illegally charged her fees when she worked for this healthcare agency, but the defendant says the plaintiff agreed to the deal, so tough. It's the case of fee-fi-fo, you ain't no fun.
Thank you, Douglas. Ms. Harrison.
Yes.
You are suing Ms. Harcum, and you've asked us not to mention your company's name. We'll respect that, but you are the owner of the company?
Yes.
All right. And your company places people for home health care, correct?
Yes.
With elderly?
Yes.
All right. You're suing her company for $1,820 in fees that you paid from May 2014 to May 2015 at $35 a week, which you want returned to you. And you have a counterclaim against her for unpaid fees for several months in the amount of $560. Let's talk to you first. Tell me why you believe that you're entitled to the fees back.
I met Wendy through a mutual friend, and she told me that she had an agency.
Okay, and so at some point you meet up with Wendy and you agree to take a job that she found for you, correct?
Yes.
And what were you supposed to be paying her for finding that job for you?
Yes, I was supposed to be paying her $35 a week.
Did you sign anything?
Yes, I signed.
May I see what you signed? No, I'm asking you.
No, I didn't take the copy of the
You
paper.
did not take a copy of what you signed?
No.
All right, you show me what she signed. Go ahead.
Yes, and so Wendy came to my
What do you
job.
think it said?
Faith has to pay Wendy $35 every
Okay,
week.
Faith has to pay Wendy $35 from each paycheck
Yeah, if each paycheck every
that you
week.
receive from the
Yes.
family that you're working for.
Yes.
That she hooked you up with.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And so what went wrong? Because you've decided to sue and have her return to you all those $35.
Yes, because when
And yet you worked for that family for how long?
1 year.
Okay.
When I spoke with Wendy many times, I said, if I'm going to pay you the money, can you have a receipt? She never gave me a receipt. The agency that she had was illegal, that she was running.
Says who?
I ended up finding out when I did my research.
Prove that. How is it illegal?
I decided to call the Labor Department.
Okay.
And when I spoke to them, I explained my situation. And they say, most agencies that place jobs for you, they take a front commission. When I found out, I realized that Wendy charges us the money because most of the young ladies are immigrants. They are illegal immigrants. So she takes the money from them because they don't have their documents. When she hired me, I had all of my documents. I had my license.
What makes her, okay, I'm sorry. So what makes your arrangement with her illegal?
My arrangement wasn't illegal. My arrangement with her was that I had my paperwork to show her that I had my license.
Tell me what's really going on here. You ended up working for the family for a long time.
Yes, I worked.
And so then you just thought, wow, $35 a week is a lot. Who's he?
That's my husband.
Okay. And was there a period of time when he wasn't around?
My husband? Yes, my husband wasn't around, yes.
And then he was?
Yes.
According to you, what's going on here?
Okay. We have a mutual friend. She said that she had a friend who was looking for work.
Okay, you can kind of fast forward by that
Okay,
one.
so,
All right,
okay,
she works for you. She
Yes.
agrees to pay you $35.
Yes.
Is that how you always work, with a weekly fee from each
Yes,
person?
yes.
How many employees do you have?
I have right now 4 girls.
4?
Yes.
All right, and all of them are paying you weekly?
Yes.
All right.
And she never once asked me for a receipt. She always got her check and she gave me cash, the $35 cash.
Okay. And so what do you think happened?
I'm gonna tell you what happened. The lady got sick. Okay, so she ended up going into the hospital at the end of August.
Of what year?
2015. Okay. So when they go into the hospital, they don't work. So we didn't know how long she was going to be in the hospital. But the daughter kept us informed, this is going on, this is going on. As October the 1st, she said she needed to work because she had bills to pay. The daughter said, that's fine, I understand, no problem. So then when her mother was coming out of the hospital.
Which was when?
In the middle of October, because it was before Halloween she came out. Well, Faith had called me before she came out of the hospital. She says, when she comes out of the hospital, I would like to work, go back to work. I said, well, that's not up to me. That's up to the daughter.
Wait, but hold on. According to you, she wasn't paying you the $35 anymore.
No.
When had she stopped paying you?
She stopped paying me in April.
And what did she say was the reason? So why are you even talking with her and helping her and saying it's not up to me, it's up to the daughter? Why didn't you just say you're fired?
No, she was already there, okay? The lady had got attached to her.
Yeah.
She told me her husband told her to stop paying me.
So husband wasn't in the picture. Husband comes in the picture and husband tells her, why are you still paying $35?
The husband told her, because she called me in the morning when I was going to work, because I work too. So she says, my husband said that I shouldn't have to pay you the $35 anymore because it's not fair and the agencies only charge people 6 months to a year. I said, well, that's that agency. I said,
did she ever tell you that she was going to charge you temporarily?
No.
I didn't ask you.
So who controls more in a relationship, husbands or wives?
I think the husbands would like to think that they do, but if they want a good day, they'll let the wives have some.
Yeah, we know what a good day means. What do you say?
I think when it comes to running the household, definitely.
No, I'm talking about control.
Yeah, the wife.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh? Who's the deal breaker here? Husbands or wives?
Wives, for sure.
Because?
Because if you don't let the wife control the relationship, it's probably not a good marriage.
God, you know what? This is all code for you know what. Going inside the courtroom.
Did she ever tell you she was going to charge you temporarily?
Yes, and I...
Really?
Yes. And
she told you how long she would charge you?
She said, Wendy told me that was only going to be 6 months I was going to pay the fee for. That's what she said to me.
So why did you pay it in month 7?
She said to me that if I stop paying her, she's going to get me terminated. And I wanted to hold on.
So when did you get the confidence to stop paying her?
About 6 months after I found out.
When was your last payment to her?
My last payment to her was the third week in June. No, the third week in May. Actually, the third week in May. Because the next week, which was the end of May, which was a Saturday, I called her and I spoke to her on the phone. I said to her, Wendy, I was made to understand that your agency is illegal.
And by whom? I mean, you're throwing that around, and I'm trying to figure out where you got this from.
Her agency is illegal because everybody that works for her are immigrants.
Okay, then go call the Department of Homeland Security, or the INS, or whoever you want to call. But you are coming in here and saying, "Give me back all the money I agreed to pay you because you hire illegal immigrants," which you're providing no evidence.
No,
so no.
I'm not saying that.
Now, why haven't you come to court sooner to try to get that $35 a week that you're not getting paid while she was still working there for an additional 4 months or whatever it was.
First of all, for her to say they're all immigrants, that's not true. They have paperwork. And her...
Well, first of all, immigrants can have paperwork.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Right, that's what I'm... Yeah.
What record keeping do you have to show me that she stopped paying in April? Like, how are you going to prove? She says she stopped paying, that she paid April and May.
No, she didn't.
I know. Did not, did two. Do either one of you have any record evidence of the payment stopping? Like, in other words, are there texts where you said to her, you have no right to stop paying, something like that? Or any emails or any letters back and forth or any,
No. I just know she stopped in April.
And what you were about to say something a minute ago.
That following Monday, when I returned to work, I spoke to the employer. The employer, I told her that I'm no longer paying Wendy any money. I spoke with her, and she said, Faith, I know that Wendy and I still have a relationship, but that is between you and Wendy. If you stop paying Wendy, that's fine. So the employer knew that I wasn't paying that.
So the bottom line is you stopped paying Wendy when you could. As soon as you could. As soon as you felt comfortable and confident that you wouldn't lose your job by not paying Wendy, you stopped paying Wendy.
But I still...
But stop. You see, you have to understand, you keep like throwing this stuff around like, well, this arrangement's illegal. The arrangement's not illegal at all. It's not a good one for you, but it's the one you made. This is commerce. This is how it works, okay? And on your lawsuit against her, where you're saying that she didn't pay me for 4 months, she's saying that she only didn't pay you for... When did you stop? When did she go to the hospital?
August.
August what?
August 29th, the lady went into the hospital.
Is it late August that she went to the hospital?
It was late. It was before the 29th, but
okay.
It was in the 20s.
All right, so if she didn't pay you April, May, June, July, and August, you should have been suing for 5 months. You're suing for 4 months. And according to her, she didn't pay you for 3 months, okay? I'm gonna find that she owes you the money for the 3 months. So on your lawsuit against her, 0. On your counterclaim against her, the 3 months that she agrees to, that she didn't pay you, which is $420. Verdict for the defendant. Good luck, folks.
Thank you.
Well, let's see what the plaintiff thinks about the outcome of this decision from Judge Milian. What's going through your mind here?
It's okay. I mean,
it's okay.
It is what it is.
Yeah, I know that.
I tried my best. And
why do you think she did so wrong by you?
Because if so be the case, she has an agency and I'm working for her, I didn't feel right to be paying every week.
Well, where do you come in with the unsubstantiated claims about the illegal business and all that?
Because she lied.
Okay.
So,
all right. Okay, so step on out here and nice file there. What's your reaction to this outcome here?
I try to give all the girls a good job, and she was making good money, and she listened to her husband, so she lost a good job. Mm-hmm. And I didn't terminate her. The family member didn't want her anymore after the mother came out of the hospital.
How's the business running now?
It's good.
All right. Harvey?
Okay, if you have an employer and you feel like you're being treated unfairly, especially in the fee department, call your state labor commission. They can often help. And we'll do it for this case. Litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.
This is the plaintiff, Vanessa Hurst. She says the defendant, her former friend, babysat her dog and now refuses to return him. The woman has out and out stolen her dog, and she's absolutely heartbroken about it. She just wants her dog back. The defendant's claiming he ran away, so she has no other choice but to sue for the $4,028.12 she spent purchasing her dog. This is the defendant, Helen Boyd. She says she watched the plaintiff's dog because she worked 2 jobs and wasn't around a lot. Unfortunately, the plaintiff failed to tell her the dog had a tendency to run off, and that's just what he did. Well, she feels very badly about it, but someone left her front door open. The dog disappeared, and she just wishes the plaintiff informed her beforehand so she could have taken better precautions. She's accused of dog napping. The defendant has filed a countersuit for $2,000 for slander.
All parties, please raise your right hands.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case in the docket. The plaintiff says the defendant was babysitting her dog and refused to return it, but the defendant says the dog ran away. It's the case of I'll be doggone.
Thank you, Douglas. Okay. Ms. Hurst, you are suing your former friend, Ms. Boyd, for $4,028.12 because according to you, she stole your dog. And then you filed a counterclaim a few moments ago for $2,000 for slander and defamation of character. Okay,
Yes.
Let me hear your claim against her first. What happened?
On the 21st of February, Helen and her boyfriend, they came over my house, and we was there for a minute.
How did you two know each other?
Through her boyfriend. I used to talk to her brother's boyfriend, so we kind of met.
So you were dating the brothers?
Yeah. And we met like back in the summer. Then I went out of town like a couple of months after that, and the brother was telling me that I could trust them to watch the dog for me, so I started.
For how long?
It was only for the weekend at the time. And then, you know, we kind of like start being friends, and basically we start going over each other's house, doing things together. So with me being single and everything, I started letting them watch the dog, like if I was working, Christmas, near the holidays.
How often did they watch the dog?
The longest they watched the dog this round was a whole week, and that was the 14th to the 21st. Okay. Normally it's like for maybe like 3 days, and I would go and get the dog, and they start falling in love with the dog. So I was
What kind of dog was this?
A Shih Tzu.
A Shih Tzu?
Yeah.
Okay, so go ahead.
I let them watch the dog, you know, because she was telling me her daughter was falling in love with the dog. She has a daughter that has Down syndrome or whatever and was really liking this dog or whatever. So I got a little comfortable letting the dog go over there, and they was telling me how much
Would the dog do day trips over there? When you say I got a little comfortable letting the dog go over there, how often did the dog go?
The dog
Wait,
was
stop, listen to my question first. How often did the dog go over there? Several days out of every week?
Right.
For how long?
I did it for maybe 2 months.
All right, so what else happens?
So February.
The time in question that where she loses the dog, according to her.
Okay.
But you don't believe that that's what happened. So
No.
tell me what happens.
So on February the 14th, I allow her to take the dog for the week. On the 21st, which is on a Sunday, I get a phone call anywhere between 9, 10 o'clock that night. And she says to me, well, do you have the chip in the dog? So I'm like, don't tell me that you lost my dog.
Did you have a chip in the dog?
Yes.
Okay.
So from that point, I went over to her house. I didn't go inside. I called the police. The police came. And everyone that was in the house had several different stories how the dog got lost. So the police.
How many people were in the house?
About five.
Okay, go on. Was that a party, or that's
No,
how many
they
people
all
lived
lived there.
Okay, go on.
I don't know what happened from there, but the police had recommended me to go downtown, file a claim, because he said there was too many different stories going on how the dog got loose.
What do you think happened?
Well, I think that my dog was taken.
By whom?
Someone in the household. Someone in the house. I mean, because the type of dog it is one of those type of dogs that you wouldn't be able to like, the dog is always around you where you have to say, you know, go sit down, Money, or, you know, different things.
What was the dog's name?
Money.
Money?
Yeah. And, you know, he's gonna always be in the presence. You know, I mean.
Does the dog ever take off?
No, Money do not run off. I then had this dog for 3 years.
So you feel like somebody who was in her house, you don't think she kept the dog though, do you?
I don't know.
Because you would know.
I really don't know what happened.
Wouldn't somebody have seen your dog at her house if the dog was still at the house? Like, don't you date the brother of
No, we're not together anymore.
Yeah, but at the time that this happened, were you together with him?
No.
Oh, okay. And nobody has seen your dog, and nobody has.
Nope. I put flyers out. People just let me know if they seen them. They'll let me know.
Your dog is really cute, right?
Yeah.
Somebody probably has your dog, and hasn't bothered to take the dog to the vet to see if there's a chip, to see if they can return your dog to the rightful owner. What's going on?
On the date in question, me and my fiance went bowling. Money was left in the care of my daughter, Chanasa, and my sister. That was all that was in my house that day. There was not 5 people there. Her
You're not
and my
5 people
sister.
at your house, isn't it? Go ahead.
Money showed up missing. When we came home from bowling.
How did Money go missing?
Before they went bowling, my mom's boyfriend was bringing chairs from the car inside the house, and he left the screen door open, but he closed it, and money was still inside the house. So just the back door was open, but the screen door was closed. So money was at the bottom of the stairs, but the screen door was closed, so I didn't think nothing of it. I saw him at the bottom of the stairs, but the screen door is closed. So I wasn't thinking he's gonna get out or anything. So he's still bringing chairs in, and sometime during that point where he's opening the screen door, I assumed the dog got out then, because when he came in, he said the dog was still there, but I don't believe it. Because how is it that all the doors was locked and I haven't left the house that day? Neither had my aunt.
Did anybody ever, I hate to say it, but did anybody ever contact the
I called
animal control?
I did.
And I called every shelter in Buffalo, and they said they had no dog.
And you called animal control, and they had not picked up the remains of a dog, or seen a stray dog, or had taken a dog, or nothing happened.
Right.
Somebody has this dog.
So the plaintiff thinks the defendant still has this dog. Defendant says the dog ran away. Is the defendant responsible if the dog's gone?
I don't think so. I think that you leave it in the hands of the defendant, and
is the defendant responsible, though?
Defendant is responsible, yes.
We changed our mind there. What do you say?
Yeah, definitely responsible.
Because?
Well, they took the accountability of looking after the dog.
Okay, and final word?
Yeah, I agree with that. I don't think that the dog was necessarily stolen. There's not a lot of evidence for that, but I think it was under their care. So
okay, fair enough. Going inside the courtroom.
Well, why don't you owe her money for the dog? If the dog was in your care, and I don't care whether the dog was physically in your care at the second, you entrusted the dog to her care or your boyfriend's care or whoever it is. You borrowed the dog from her and you were taking care of the dog. So why wouldn't you have to pay for the value of the dog? Maybe not $4,000, but the value of the dog. Like, why don't you feel bad?
I do feel bad. I love
You don't
the
look
dog
like you
just
feel
as
bad. Why don't?
just as
Okay,
much.
so what did you say to her that day?
When the police was calling me a liar, with her saying that I was a liar.
Oh, so
and
you
I
didn't really
stole
have
the
much of a
dog.
chance to get warm and fuzzy and say you're sorry?
I didn't say nothing.
Okay.
But I called her late the next day and told her I was sorry. And that I was going to make flyers and do what I can to find money.
So do you have a receipt for the dog?
No, I don't have the receipt.
Your original lawsuit until a few moments ago was how much? $500? Because that's what you say you had paid for the dog. How old was the dog?
I had him for 3 years now.
Okay, so you have upped your ante here, and you wish to have 3 years of dog grooming, pain and suffering, $2,500, all the vet bills you've ever paid. That's how it ended up. And now you have a counterclaim against her for $2,000 for what?
For defamation of character.
By what?
She told everybody I was a thief and I stole the dog.
No.
I told Vanessa I would never do that to you.
No.
I would never steal that dog. Yes, she
But
did.
she didn't have a... The thing is, what you have to understand, she didn't even have a need to
fiance's
steal the
mom
dog.
even called me and
Anytime she
said,
wanted the dog, she just had to say, hey, you want me to take care of the
"Did you
dog
steal
for a few
Vanessa's
days?
dog?"
It was easy for her.
Right.
So why would she steal the dog? Why are you telling the police, she stole my dog? Like, why are you even thinking that she stole the dog when it's so easy for her to not have to steal the dog? The dog was at her house.
Well, I never went around saying that, oh, well, Helen stole my dog.
Didn't you tell the police that you thought that there was something?
I said that my dog is missing. They is telling me that my dog is missing when they came to the house.
Okay. We're done. On the plaintiff's lawsuit against the defendant, I do not believe that you stole the dog. But I do believe that you're responsible for the cost of the dog because you lost her dog. Okay? I am ordering you to pay her $500. On the defamation case, I'm not going to order her to pay you $2,000 because she thinks you stole the dog. Your remedy is that I'm not finding that you stole the dog. I'm finding that this was an honest mistake, but a mistake that you're responsible for because you're the person to whom she entrusted the dog. So I'm ruling in favor of the plaintiff on the plaintiff's case against the defendant in the amount of $500, and on the defendant's case, counterclaim $0. That's my judgment. Good luck, folks.
Have a good travel.
Where is that dog?
We're still looking for money.
Well, you just...
Anybody in our neighborhood, if you see money, please give us a call somehow or bring our dog back.
Speaking of money, you paid for it. You feel bad about what happened?
Very bad.
Have you said that to
Yes.
the plaintiff? Really? What did you say
Yes,
to him?
that I was sorry that the dog was missing and I would help look for it, and I've done everything I possibly can. I'm still going to go home and look for the dog today.
Where do you think the dog is?
Somebody in our neighborhood has to have him.
Uh-huh. Well, someone
So
should
someone-
spot him then.
We're looking.
Okay, around the corner this way. All right, follow her around and okay, so you don't have money, but at least you have a little money.
The money's not important. I just want my dog back.
Do you think you'll ever see that dog again?
No.
Why not?
No. too friendly. He's a friendly type dog. I would never get that dog
Where do you
back.
think money is?
I don't know.
You just don't have any idea?
Any idea.
All right, Harvey.
The dog disappeared. It was under the defendant's care. Defendant is responsible.